Hey, amazing one, and welcome to this recording that I've actually done, especially for those people who couldn't make tonight's training. I've decided to record the whole thing ahead of time so that you can get yourself a copy when this training goes live. So that's me. I'm your host, Paula Bailey. Welcome to this training that I've been working for days now to put together. It seems like it's been for days, so I'm really pleased to actually get this out tonight. This is all about helping you go pro in your passion and leave your day job behind. I know for those of you who've seen the ads on Facebook and those have been, asking me about it, the whole thing was based around, your website, because it seems to be such a focal thing for women when they're starting business to look at their website. And it is also about the fact that your website is not a business, but the actual crux of this training is helping you to actually go pro in your passion and leave your day job behind and stop focusing on just the website, because believe me, your website is not your only business, or is not the only part of your business, I should say. So just to make sure you're in the right place, if you are still working full time and trying to figure out how to actually transit from running from that to actually running your own show full time, this training's for you. If you've already started a business but you don't seem to be making any progress, this training is perfect for you. Maybe you've got a blog but you're wondering, how the hell do I make money from that blog? This training is totally for you. If you have an idea to start something but you actually don't even know how to get started, then this training is also for you. So if that is describing you and your ears are pricking up, pull up a chair, grab yourself a cup of tea. I've already cracked open my first cup of tea. Well, actually, it's probably my 100th for today, but my first tea for this training. I'm sitting here, I'm all comfortable. I want you to be comfortable too, because we've got lots of juicy goodness to get through. So grab a pen and paper, grab yourself your drink, and let's go. So in this training, you're going to find out, tonight, basically what are the 3 reasons your website costs you big bucks, okay? There's 3 main reasons your website's costing you a lot of money. You're also going to find out what your purpose actually is and why that is even important. We're going to find out how to attract happy customers 24/7, how to build online fame, and when you do that, that actually equals really good business for you, and why the way you actually think right now is holding you back. And I'll go into that in much greater detail as we go along. But first of all, a little bit about me. This was my life. Paula Bailey, this is my life. For many years, I had a 6-figure income, I drove nice cars. It was a very, very fast-paced life. And you can see down there, I actually worked in medical sales, and I was in surgical sales actually, so I was in scrubs half the time, and then in my nice corporate gear the other half of the time, so in surgery quite a lot. I was with surgeons doing medical sales, whizzing around in my very nice car, making a lot of money. Man, that's just a photo of me. I just put that in to have a laugh, really. It was me meeting the Italian Grand Prix team. That was a lot of fun. And, that was my job. I just got to do a lot of really cool things. It wasn't necessarily that I hated it. It's just that it didn't seem to light my soul up. I wasn't completely happy. I always knew that there was something missing, and slowly, the more I ignored that, the more I felt like my soul was dying. And I'm sure there's quite a few of you out there tonight. I've spoken to quite a lot of you who kind of feel like that too. So what did I do? I basically decided to stop, and I took my first, which I don't know if you'd call it a sabbatical, but I basically quit. And I headed off overseas for about 9 months. I call it my Skyscanner trip, because I just literally had my phone and I would literally jump on Skyscanner, which is an awesome app where you can literally scan what flights are available, and I would just jump. I was actually based over in Europe, and I would just head over just to see where I felt like going on any particular day, and then I'd go visit really cool places. And I'm not joking, that was actually my genuinely at the time, that was my first attempt at actually trying to build business so that I could support myself and run my own gig. And it wasn't all sunning myself in beaches. That's just some nice photos there. I was actually going through the hard yards of learning about online business. I tried everything. I was doing Google AdWords, I was building sites, and just seeing, I followed a lot of things that were telling you that, if you just had to push this button and you'd make a lot of money, all this money would fall out from the sky and you would be a mega rich and be able to travel the world just with your laptop. And so, I was off to kind of find how that would work, and I made a lot of mistakes. I built a lot of websites. And unfortunately, towards the end of that trip, I realised that I was running out of cash fast, and I seemed to not have the structure, or had not quite hit the mark yet. And by chance, I actually got offered a 12-month contract to come back to Australia. At the time, I was sitting in Paris, so it was like, guys, you're going to have to try really hard to get me back here. The people that I used to work for actually contacted me to come back. But I always say the universe looks after you, and you always get exactly what you need. And so, quite soon I was basically homeward bound on a plane, ready to go back to the world that I had initially wanted to leave. Those were my mistakes. I didn't really have any structure. I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of had no plan. I had no one to guide me. And so before I knew it, I'd run out of money. And I needed to go home. So I had a choice here. I could have gotten really depressed, and I'm not going to lie, I did get, a little bit depressed initially because, I'd been swanning around Europe and, living that life of the traveling entrepreneur, and all of a sudden I was back, doing what I had initially not wanted to do. But I decided to, rather than being depressed about being back in this box, I decided that I would use it as an opportunity and use, the new cash flow to start funding, being a little bit smarter about how I approached the idea of actually running my own gig. And so I spent the next 12 months really studying as well as working, but studying my arse off. I studied the world's top businesses. I watched people all over Australia. I listened to webinars, and I really learned a lot about the online world. I learned more about marketing. My background was already sales and marketing, but I didn't really know much about online marketing. I got incredible mentoring. I invested in myself. I spent a lot of money spending time with coaches and mentors just to make myself, I guess, better and stronger in terms of understanding business. And it all paid off in the end, because after doing all that, I actually got offered an opportunity to finally, leave doing that status quo corporate thing, I guess. And I ended up as a coach and a facilitator in one of Australia's leading business accelerators, using my acumen, my sales and marketing acumen, and helping amazing businesses in Australia do bigger and better things. And it was a very, very exciting time in my life. And on the side, I kept, dabbling away with my own clients, helping them build their business, helping them increase their sales, and do great things with their marketing. And it really was an incredible 12 months of my life. And, since actually leaving corporate, I've managed to travel, been to US, I've been to Bali twice to facilitate events. I've moved cities. I've gone from Melbourne, I've moved up to Sydney, my fiance and I, because I can travel and pretty much work from anywhere. So that's a pretty cool thing about being able to work for yourself and also working online. I have amazing clients. I built incredible multi-million-dollar networks of people I know now are pretty incredible human beings, and I'm very, very blessed to know them. And I also have my own business, and that is a badge that I wear very proudly, because I worked very, very hard to get here. And the biggest news for me is that I'm actually getting married in Paris next year, because we can. And that is really ultimately why I did this. I wanted to be free to live my life the way I wanted to live it and do the things that I wanted to do. And it's so exciting to make plans for your life and actually not have to constantly consider a big corporate entity's plans before you can do your own stuff. So it's really nice to actually be in a place in my life where I can actually do that, and I'm really looking forward to next year. But that's enough of me. I just wanted to give you a bit of a background of how I came to be here talking to you tonight. I just wanted to tell you one little story before we kick off, because it's just such a cool story. So when I was in Hawaii, I met Michael Gerber, and for those of you who don't know Michael, he is sort of a granddaddy, I guess, of business. He's written a pretty cool book called The E-Myth, which is a really great book for small business owners, and it talks all about, being a technician in your business and how you shouldn't be the technician in your business, you should actually be running the business. It's a cool book. If you haven't read it, I really recommend that you go out and have a look at Michael's work. But when we were having a chat, one of the ladies that I was with actually asked Michael, Michael, how do you deal with the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur? Because, running your own business, I'm not going to lie, has a lot of ups and downs. And, how they asked him, how do you just deal with that? Like, how do you learn to take that in your stride? And I thought his answer was incredible. He said, well, when your purpose for being in business, the reason why you exist is actually beyond materialism. So when there's an intrinsic value for what you do, so it goes beyond obviously that you do business because you want to create wealth, maybe you want to be able to buy nice stuff for you and your family, drive a nice car. That might not be it, but that could be part of the reason why you'd like to build your wealth and actually create freedom in your business. But when what he was trying to say is when your purpose is beyond all of that, when it's deeper and it's like a really visceral, like deep in your belly, and that's something within your heart, when that purpose is there and you're really, attached and you really believe in that purpose, those waves become, very, very easy to deal with because you have a greater purpose, a reason to get up in the morning. And I thought that was so beautiful. And it's something that I mention to pretty much everyone I come into contact now, because I think the message is really important that, whatever you're doing is for, you really want to get clear on your why beyond just wanting to buy nice things. So let's get straight into the training on that. I'd like you to get a pen and paper out. So hopefully you've got that all ready to go. And the first thing before we get started is actually I want you to have a think about what is your purpose. Why is it that you are doing your business, or why is it that you want to start this business? You don't have to write full sentences down, just maybe jot some words down and come back to it later. But have a think about what it is about this business, this idea, or whatever it is, however far along it is. Why is it that you want to do it beyond just the fact that you obviously want to maybe leave working for someone else, or that you want to make lots of money? What is it? It's got to be something bigger than that. Otherwise, you're going to find this path pretty hard, let me tell you. Okay, so I've got some other questions to ask you. Let's just get through the questions now. I want you to ask yourself, why are you in business right now? Where are you in business right now? So we've answered why, but where are you in business right now? Have a think about that. Are you at the very beginning of the process? Maybe you've started, you might have had a few clients and it's kind of a bit bumpy, so just sort of jot down where that is. And I'd love for you to feel like you can tell me about that. If you ever feel like you want to tell me more about where your business is at, always feel free to hit reply and send me an email and tell me more about that. I love hearing from people. The other thing I want you to think about is then how many clients and customers do you currently have right now? If it's 0, then just be honest and just write a big fat 0. It's totally okay. That's why you're on the training tonight. But if you've got some clients and you've had some customers, give yourself a high five and write that down. And then I want you to tell me how much money, well, you don't have to tell me, but write down how much money are you actually earning. So write the answers to those questions down. And then next to those answers, I want you to have a think about where do you want to be. Maybe just quickly write down 3 words that describes, where do you want to be. Maybe the words are abundantly wealthy. Maybe it's I want to be sitting in Paris. I'll pick that one. Maybe it's to be free to look after my family. Whatever that is, whatever this business is going to mean to you for you personally, write that down. And then I want you to think about how many clients or customers you would like to have. How many is it per month? How many is it per year? Think about how many clients or customers you actually want to have. And then when you've thought about that, how much money per month do you want to make? That always brings up some stuff for people, but have a think about that. It's really good to actually have an idea of what it is that you want to earn, because later on we can always reverse engineer that and do the numbers to work out how many customers you're going to need in order to get that number. Alright, as you can see, I move pretty fast through this training because I've got a lot to get through. So this is a recording, you can always press pause if you want, but I will move pretty fast through this. Let's get straight into it. 3 main problems that is costing you a lot of money for your website, okay? Your website's there. I remember when I first started my business, it was like the first thing, oh, it's so exciting, I'm going to get a website, and we spent ages. I think it's a chick thing as well. We like to spend a long time worrying about what's this website going to look like, and we want it to look beautiful and gorgeous, and have pretty pictures, and make sure that it just looks slick and beautiful. And we can get really caught up in that, and it really doesn't have to be that crash hot to begin with, because I promise you, most of the time, it's not going to be the thing that gets you the business initially. The problem that you are probably facing right now, if you're starting out, even if you're not starting out, is if you've got a website, you probably are not collecting your visitors' details. So many people are not collecting their visitors' details, or they tell me that they are, and they've got this tiny little box on like the bottom left-hand side of their website or their blog that says subscribe to my newsletter, and they think that that is their attempt at collecting people's details. And I promise you, you're probably not getting many people's details that way. You really, really need to think about how you're collecting people's details, because you can see there's some examples there of some really pretty looking blogs or websites where there's, it looks great, but if I went to visit that website and then went back to Facebook, you'd never know that I'd been there, apart from maybe your numbers on your Google Analytics, but you wouldn't be able to ever market to me again, unless I decided to come back. And the stats these days are that most people, unless they're really, really intrigued by what you've got, they don't really come back, okay? So they tend to browse. We live in a very fast-paced life. People have attention spans of goldfish, and they end up going back to Facebook pretty quickly. So they leave. You've lost the opportunity to connect with them, and you've lost the opportunity to make some cash from them. So it's pretty sad. And so what you need to think about is, with our websites, we obviously want to grow our business, but we want to grow and we want to capture our visitors, so that way we can grow our list, or we can grow our audience, grow the people that are interested in what it is that we do. Because it's fair to say, if someone comes to your website and they see your website's for them, and that you've got something really cool that they have to have, and they want to give you their details in exchange for the piece of information, that person's probably pretty interested in what you're going to have to sell as well. And so, that's permission for you basically to then start sending them really great information. I am not talking about spamming people and sending them crap. That's the last thing I'm suggesting you do. If you're going to start sending people emails, please try and send them stuff that's actually useful. So you can see that that's just some examples there of say, one of my opt-ins. Apologies, that's cut off a little bit there, but basically giving my readership there was an opportunity to download a guide to help them actually, it was actually a checklist, I beg your pardon, to help them step into a new business in style. It was a checklist of what they needed. So you can see that was some value for them, and people that were interested in actually transitioning from being in corporate into actually running their own business. They were giving me their email address in exchange for that checklist. That piece of information, that download, is something that we often refer to as a lead magnet, okay? Because the person who's giving you their details is technically a lead, okay? They're a lead into your business, so we want to nurture them until they turn into a sale. So let's do it. I wanted to pack this training tonight with massive value, so why don't you and I together make a lead magnet? So this is what you're going to need to do. I want you to think of at least 5 things if you're quick. If you're not that quick, then maybe, even if it's just a couple, but try and think of 5 things that you could teach your audience. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Say you are a makeup artist and you teach people how to do their makeup. You might want to say teach them something like how to have flawless makeup in the mornings. 5 tips for you. Say you are a baker and you teach people how to make amazing healthy baked goods. It could be the Healthy Baker's Checklist to everyday baking. Okay, so you can see how you're creating an informational type download or product that will be very valuable for someone who would be interested in what it is that you do. So hopefully you've written down some things there. I also wanted to add some more value for you. So whatever the topics are, that's awesome. You can actually then create different ways of actually presenting that information. So you might want to give someone a checklist. Checklists are really popular, okay? I have put down guides and reports there. Some people call them ebooks, or Yeah, ebooks is often what most people are using. I'm actually a little bit over that term. I think it's been used over and over and over, and I think a lot of people are kind of also a bit over it. And when they see a free ebook, they're kind of like, because again, if you think about it, most people just have no attention span, and they don't want to read a book as much as you want them to read your book. So maybe talk about it being a quick guide, or that's why checklists I think work so well, because it's sort of short little bits of information that people can use and just kind of check off. Video is really cool as well. Like, video converts really well, because as long as it's not like a 40-minute video, if you're going to do video, just make it something that's really short and peppy. And that also, people do like videos, so that's also another way that you can create a lead magnet. So there you go, you've actually gotten your first ideas for creating a lead magnet, so you can actually go and put that on your website and start collecting emails properly. Okay, the next problem that your website has is that the message is pretty unclear. So when people come to your website and they land there, be really honest now. Do they know exactly what it is that you do? Maybe they can see your blog and they vaguely know what topic you're kind of blogging about, or something along those lines, or the pictures maybe give it a little bit of away. But does the wording, is it clear? Can they clearly, when they read, is it headlines, or within 2 to 5 seconds would they be able to tell what it is that you do? And also, do you provide immediate value? And that's often in the form of that lead page, or maybe it's incredible content like the blog post that you put on there. So there's some questions to be asking yourself and to be really honest about that. The next thing I want you to think about is, who is your customer? Like, a lot of people have said to me, oh yeah, I know who my customer is, but then when I ask them about what they sell and what problems they solve, they get all tongue-tied. And I've been, I was there for years, so I know exactly what that's like. And it's just a very, very common problem. I think a lot of women who are starting businesses out are very unclear on their message, very unclear on, they kind of are very broad with their customer target audience. They sort of just try and include everyone, and I think that's often a problem with, like an abundance mentality. We think that if we disclude someone, if we don't actually make this product for everyone, that we might not make any sales. But it's actually the other way around. If you actually are very specific with the type of people that you help, and you're very specific with who your product's aimed at, you'll probably be more likely to make more sales, because those people are just going to know straight away that this is for me. So I want to know, how intimate are you with your customer? Do you know exactly who they are? What are their habits? What are their problems? What is it that keeps them awake at night? And then how does that problem, actually then affect your product? Like, how do you make a product that solves that problem for them? Have you even thought about that sort of stuff? Do you even know what sort of language they use? I know that's a really weird question to ask, but when you're talking to your target audience, are you listening to what type of language they use? Because write it down. I can look like a bit of a stalker sometimes when I'm talking to prospective new clients, or just someone who I know is actually, like a target for me, as in a target audience. They fit into my target demographic. I'm constantly writing down the things that they say, or taking snapshots of what they've written to me, because that is the language that they're using, and you need to be able to actually pull that out and use that to write the copy that goes onto your website. Okay, so that's super, super important. Be very, very aware of that stuff. So, if you know your customer really well and you're really intimately involved with what their problems are, you should really be able to create a product right now for them. So if I asked you, could you create a problem right now? So not a problem, a product, and sell it to them right now? I'm hoping the answer is yes. If it's not, then you might need to go back and have a think about that. So let's just go through what I call the Couture website conversion system, okay? And this is what I use to kind of solve all these problems that I've been talking about. So what you need to have is basically, you need to have an opt-in box, which basically collects the lead. So every time someone visits your site, if they're someone who's in your target market, then they're the lead, and they're going to give you their details basically in exchange for the incredible value that you're going to provide immediately, and that's going to basically be through that lead magnet, which we've already started to create tonight together. After that, it's not just stopping there. You're going to nurture those leads. So, through email automation systems, you're going to be sending them out some emails. Maybe you're going to be giving them access to your weekly website content. But basically, you're going to be automating that, because that you do not have time to be doing that all manually. You need to be automating that. So, what is the system? What is the toolkit that you actually need to put all of that together? Well, my recommendation, just to save you some cash and just keep it all simple, you can have the website. If you've got a website set up already, then I would see if you can basically put your opt-in in, and that way, you can manage it yourself. If someone else is managing it for you, that could be a problem in itself. Depends on how useful your web developer is. Sometimes they can be a bit difficult to get onto after you've paid for everything, but I don't want to generalize. But if you've got your website, see if you can put your own opt-in in. The other option is Lead Pages. If you go and Google a program called Lead Pages, that's such a cool site. You can use templates to basically build really nice looking. You can build almost whole websites using Lead Pages. So check out Lead Pages. It's really not that expensive, and it's a really great way to actually build landing pages or pages where you can drive traffic to and actually collect details. You're going to need an email autoresponder program, and if you're first starting out, something like MailChimp is really easy to use. It's very cheap, and it's something that I would recommend for you. You'll obviously need your lead magnet, which you've already started creating tonight, and then you're going to need a product to sell. So hopefully you are already starting to think about what it is that you can sell. Maybe you've already got a product to sell, you're just missing the opportunity to nurture the leads. So having all of that together will help you actually create a website that converts beautifully. But listen, this is only half the story. The website is actually really only half the story. The problem is, and I'm sorry to say, is you still think like an employee, and it's not to insult you. I did for a very long time as well. It was half of my problem. It's why I needed to get back on the plane and come back from the awesome Europe. Okay, most of us are solopreneurs, and we think that the whole thing is pretty much, all about us. Okay, symptoms of this, okay, so just see if this sounds a bit like you. You probably have a massive to-do list all the time, okay, because you're trying to juggle, obviously doing the day thing, and that thing that, the day job that pays the bills at the moment, whilst you're trying to get this business off the ground, which is kind of a bit like an expensive hobby. So you just have this crazy to-do list, and you're not quite sure what you should be doing first. You've got absolutely no systems in place at all, or if you do, they're probably not working too well. Maybe you're struggling to find time on your business, and you tend to just try and find time to do work on the business after work or in lunch breaks, or you set time, but sometimes there's always something that comes up, and it's just really hard to juggle your life and doing this business. And again, you've just got absolutely no structure in place in terms of how you actually sell a product and then sell that over and over again. Does it sound like you? Cool. Well, I've got some tips for you, and this all comes from what I call my Sassy CEO plan, which is something that I developed to try and combat, it basically combats this problem, because I see it all the time, and I know it intimately because it was a problem that I had for a very long time, that whole employee mindset issue. Okay, so the first tip I have for you is I want you to think of your business as an organic entity, okay? It's a growing organic entity. It's almost like a body, okay? It has departments, it has, bits. It's not just you. There's a real problem with us just thinking about our businesses being just about us. First of all, I see a lot of people get really, really emotionally attached to everything, which actually ends up blocking you from moving forward as quickly as you could, because you make everything about you, and anything that doesn't go right in your business is about you, and it's almost like a personal rejection. Let it go, okay? The business is a business, and it is not a reflection of who you are as a human being. You're just the person starting this, okay? So think of this as like a growing organic entity, and it has parts and moving pieces that need to be concentrated on so that it grows as a whole. So if you looked at my body, for example, and my arm, if I forgot to wash and look after my arm for the next 10 years, we'd have a bit of a problem on our hands. And what I'm getting at is that you need to start looking at your business and start thinking about the departments, rather than just trying to just hodgepodge through the whole thing. Your business actually does have departments, okay? It's got a sales department, it's probably got a marketing department, customer service department, finance department. It's got departments, and you really need to start thinking about your business and how it might work, departmentally. Maybe you need to actually come up with an org chart. For those of you that work in corporate, I know that you have probably seen organizational charts before, and maybe just make a mini chart and have a think about like what departments does your business need to run at the moment. When you do that, it's actually going to help you start to look at having more strategic priorities. Rather than having that to-do list, FYI, that to-do list, just chuck it in the bin, okay? Totally waste of time. We need to be very, very strategic in the work that you're working on. So no to-do lists. When we are, I guess, a little bit more focused and strategic in the way that we're doing our work, the next thing a sassy CEO knows is they need to have routine and habits, okay? So if you're just fitting your business around when you might have time, forget it. It's never going to happen. I know. I spent a long time doing that, and it just kind of doesn't happen. The truth of the matter is, it's going to take an exceptional amount of work for you to get this going. But if you go back to that why again, if you go back to your purpose, that's why I got you to write that down. It's really important that you're kind of intrinsically committed to that, because when things get a little bit hard, when you're feeling like you're maybe missing out on a social event or something's kind of getting you down a little bit, it helps to be really attached to that, and it helps you just get through when the days are a little bit hard. Start as you mean to go on. Start looking at your business as an actual organization, as a business. It doesn't mean that you have to go out and build a multi-million dollar empire. Maybe that's not what you want. Maybe it is what you want. It's either way, it's fine. It's just that as you go along and as you grow, you probably will, you might be able to just get yourself a VA that helps you with something, and maybe someone who helps you with the customer service. But if you don't even know what departments and what tasks need to be done in your business to grow it organically, you're in trouble. Okay, so just start thinking bigger and start looking at your business with different eyes. This is not a hobby. This is a business. Okay, so my next question is, how fast do you want to do this? Okay, because you've got two options. You can take what you've learnt today and you can apply it to your business. If you take what I've told you today, especially with the lead magnets and the opt-ins, and you put all of that together and you start nurturing your leads and actually coming up with a product that's really genuinely helping a specific target market, and then you apply the Sassy CEO plan, you're going to be your absolute rock star in business. Okay, so you can go away and use the notes that I've given you today and apply all of that yourself. The option two is you don't need to wait. Okay, you can just totally fast track your business growth, and you can go pro with step-by-step guidance. Okay, so it's up to you. The step-by-step guidance is basically my new program that I'm talking about, and this is the steps that I use, the exact steps that I use when I walk my clients through going pro and moving over to a business that's actually earning money for themselves. And that product I'm launching for the first time tonight online, and it's called the Changing Room. So congratulations, you are here. I am launching this officially tonight. This is the first online version of the Changing Room that I'm launching, and you have the opportunity to take a little sneak peek inside. But what is the Changing Room? Okay, so the Changing Room is basically a course I put together. Initially it was to help my clients, but it's a nine module online course, and it's covering in great detail how to start making money in your business, even while you're managing a full-time job. Okay, so the content is delivered weekly via online modules, so you can learn at your own pace, and I know that's really important for women that are still in full-time jobs, or still have a job on the side to pay the bills. Like, it can be very difficult to juggle your time, so that's why it's delivered weekly via online modules. There's step-by-step systems to be implemented, okay? So there's no kind of wishy-washy, maybe do this, maybe do that. It's step-by-step systems for you to actually go pro in what it is that you want to do, as well as guidance from me via the Facebook group. Okay, this product is very unique. There's a lot of products out there that can teach you how to, make money in your business and do more things online, blah, 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 blah. I know that those products exist. This is unique because for the first time ever, there is a product that is actually built by someone who has been there, who's done the whole hard yards of trying to juggle working for someone else while getting your whole business off the ground and transitioning, between the two things, kind of letting go of one and securely moving over into your own gig. This course is designed to help you not only get the business success that you need, but also get it faster, so it helps you also manage that full-time job and manage it well, and manage the tasks within your business well, so that you can move over into your own freedom business a hell of a lot faster. So let's just have a quick look at what's actually inside. So you can see here I've got Module 1, which is entitled Employee to Entrepreneur. That's going to help you basically break away from that employee mindset that I told you is absolutely killing your success. That is the number one reasons why I see so many women just fail. It's just that employee mindset that's just really killing them. Learn how to protect yourself from building yourself another job. I see, so many women who've jumped and gotten out of working in corporate and now just building themselves another really crappy job. Worse, they can't take any time off. You need to uncover the reality of actually being an entrepreneur. So I tell you the stuff that no one else tells you, okay? This is the stuff I wish someone had told me when I first started out. I'm going to share it with you, not because I want to scare the shit out of you, but because I want you to understand the real reality of being an entrepreneur. And I want you to be able to be prepared, because when we're prepared, we can manage things a lot better. Help you to master your mindset of being that employee and stop being just that employee. So I want you to then know Module 2 is all about know thy marketing self. So this is your opportunity to uncover what your unique sweet spot in the market is. It is a time to discover who your best customer really is. That customer that's gagging to basically take their credit card out and give you lots of cash. I want to help you stand out from the crowd, so you don't just look same, and that your message stands loud and clear, and have your buyers flocking to hand you cash. Very important. Module 3 is all signatures and models. So this is your opportunity to browse the changing room revenue model. So I've got revenue models in there for you to actually have a look at. You can almost like pick it as a menu and pick out which one suits you. Then you can apply the step-by-step systems for that business revenue model that you want to go with, whatever suits you more. If that's a personality thing and a lifestyle thing, I go through the pros and cons of each, and you can decide which one suits you best. And then, you can start to actually build a business around your lifestyle, because that's a very common mistake I see happen as well. So many women just kind of go off with what they think, because someone told them just go and do this, not taking into any consideration that might not actually suit what type of lifestyle you want to have. Super important. Okay, Module 4 is the actual complete CEO, the Sassy CEO plan. So I gave you a couple of tips from that tonight. Okay, this is like the game changer for you. Okay, this is you going from being a dreamer to actually being a strategic businesswoman and kicking ass in the business world. This is about you being a sassy CEO, thinking like a sassy CEO rather than that dreamy employee. You are going to have a system for maximum productivity. You are going to define strategic goals in your business. Okay, this is based on some of the world's fastest growth companies. I am very privileged to be exposed to this type of planning, and I'm bringing it down into this level of training so that we can start getting your business. Even though you may not be a multi-million-dollar company yet, it doesn't mean you can't apply these processes and systems to your business right now. So this is your opportunity now to basically structure your business and get maximum productivity, so you can actually move into going full-time in what you actually want to do a lot faster. Module 5, it's the money plan. Okay, it's a changing room money plan, because money is something that, it's a generalization, but in general, as women, we are just petrified of money, and we tend to have a lot of money blocks. So we block ourselves from earning money and accepting money, and we've got all this shit going on about money. So it's time to tackle that head on. The changing room money plan is all about increasing your confidence when it comes to money. Okay, I want you to stop blocking yourself from earning some serious cash. You've got the changing room money calculators and plans in there. They help you create budgets for your business, so you actually know how much money you have left right now out of the income that you earn to actually spend on your business. Okay, stop flying blind. You need to know what is actually happening. This is really good exercises for when you're doing this full time. When it comes to business, you actually need to know what the hell is going on when it comes to your numbers. This stuff is actually going to help you feel more secure before you leave your job. Okay, a lot of you tell me about how scared you are to leave, the regular income. And that's because most of the time we're going around with our head stuck in the sand. I know I did, and that's why it was so scary. And in fact, I made the worst decision. I just jumped without knowing my full plan either, and it, look, the results weren't pretty. So luckily I could sell. Not everyone would be in that position, so I would rather that you feel secure before you leave your job and you understand. So use the Changing Room Money Plan to help you along with that. Module 6 is Ready to Wear Product Lab. Okay, this is your time. You are going to build a sellable product in less than a week. How do you like the sound of that? Less than a week. Okay, no more spending 12 months on end trying to build products before you even sell anything. No, you are going to actually have your customers pay you to develop your products, which is awesome. And they're going to also give you killer social proof. So they're going to give you great testimonials, and you're going to have that all ready to go before you even launch it properly. Okay, so this is what happens when you do the Ready to Wear Product Lab. Okay, this is your opportunity to package your products for maximum dollars. And the great thing is to work less, because let's face it, you're doing this to be happy and to have a life, not to work. If you're working 70 hours now, you don't want to work 140 hours when you do your own business, okay? So it's time to start working smart. This ties in really well with a Sassy CEO plan. Okay, Module 7 is all about you having a license to print money. Yeah, baby. So we want to banish any website shame, because it's all about being online and having things automated, but we just don't want to have website shame. I get what that's like. So we're going to banish that. We're going to have websites that actually convert to sales. So we're going to learn the processes and the things that you need to be doing in order to do that. You are going to learn how to build a kick-ass online position so that you're positioned really well within the market, and that people want to come and they trust. They know, like, and trust you. They want to come and buy something from you. You are going to learn how to build a list of buyers, an email list of buyers. That's actually an asset in your business, because that list, when done correctly, is potentially worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know people for a fact who send out an email to their list and they collect 50 grand at the end of the day. Okay, so if you've got a good email list, a responsive email list, a list of people that absolutely adore what you do, it's worth a lot of money to you. So let's start building it from now, and let's start saving you money and time, because we can all get sucked into the world of technology and websites, and it can cost so much money that doesn't need to be spent. Spend that money on your next holiday, save the money, and come and do this module, which will just save you the time and money. Okay, Module 8 is called I Heart Sales, because, for some of you, once you've gone through the signature and modules section and picked out, particular revenue streams, some of you, it may be that you want to do a little bit more one-to-one, which should be a higher end type of product. Anything that has one-to-one, so more of you in it, should actually have a product that's actually worth a little bit more money. Okay, sort of like the Gucci end of the product range is what I call it. Okay, you need to basically banish your fear of selling more expensive products. So many of us have our money shit come up, and when it comes to selling out, ourselves, we get too caught up in it, and our actual self-value stuff comes up, and I have all sorts of crazy stuff coming from my clients, wanting to sell their time for like $90 an hour, and that might sound like it's really cool at the very beginning, but believe me, it's not. You need to work much, much smarter than that, and there's a better way of doing it. So with this module, you're going to learn step-by-step systems to do rockstar sales, have a rockstar sales status. You're going to remove that icky feeling from selling, and you're going to learn how to make fast cash into your business. It's a cool module. Okay, also included is a private Facebook group into this program, okay, because it's really important that we have community. I want you to feel supported, okay, so it's time for you to be part of a like-minded group of women, okay. Do you feel like you've got people in your life that are kind of like the naysayers? They're the ones that tell you that you're a little bit crazy, and why would you want to spend your weekend working on this when, you've got a perfectly good job? Like, why would you want to do this? Okay, so those people, those are the ones that you maybe need to just drown out a little bit at the moment. That's their own stuff coming up. There are always going to be people that question you. It's just you getting tested. It's time for you to actually start building a community of like-minded souls around you. So this is why we've got the private Facebook group. It's a private group. It's all the other changing room amazing clients are in there. So it gives you the opportunity to be in that group, have constant support. You can ask questions anytime you need, okay? It's always there. The forum is always open because Facebook's always open and I'm always around. You can get instant feedback on your work, okay, which is really great because sometimes the feedback doesn't even need to come from me. It'll come from someone else in the group, so you can get lots of different perspectives, which is really, really great. So let's go over what you get. You get 9 modules packed with all my secrets, okay? Like, these are secrets that I have learned from my mentors who are multi-million-dollar businessmen and women. That easily is worth, I'm being very conservative there when I say that it's probably, it's $1,000 a module. It's easily more than that, but I'm going to be conservative and say that's worth $9,000. You are going to get lifetime access and alumni status to this program. So whenever I do any updates, whenever you want to come back, maybe you want to change things around, maybe you've forgotten something, you've got lifetime access. You can log in whenever you want. You can post something in Facebook whenever you want. You get bonus worksheet packs. They come with every module. They easily work. They're going to help you break through stuff. It's worth $1,000. Hot resources, which are templates and scripts that you can use in your own business. It's $2,000 plus the private Facebook group, and you also are going to get a secret gift delivered to your door. This is a really cool gift. It has made a massive impact in my life, this gift. It's made a massive impact in all my clients' life. You need to have this gift. You need to be part of this program. So that's a lot of value there. I reckon that's like over 13 grand worth of value. All of that basically for a low payment of $990. And there are payment options available, okay? So this is a massive opportunity for you to be part of this program. It comes with a satisfaction guaranteed, money back guaranteed, okay? I am confident in my work. I know I get results. So you have a guarantee coming with this. I know that entrepreneurialism can come with a lot of risks. This is not one of them, okay? This is risk-free. I'm taking the risk out from this particular program. So what do you need to do right now? You need to head over to www.bit.ly/thechangingRoomOnline. I'll say that again, www.bit.ly, that's ly/thechangingroom. Head over there right now and you'll be able to see that there's actually 3 different payment options for you. So whatever your budget is, don't stress. There's a budget there. There's an option there for you to suit your budget. I don't want anyone to feel left out with this one. So obviously you can have your early bird one-off investment. You can have 2 payments, or you can have the 3 payments there. So one payment's just $990. If you do 2 payments, it's 2 payments of $550. 3 payments is 3 payments of $390. They're all monthly payments as well. So I've made it as easy as I can for you to be involved. I want you to be involved in this goodness. When you click through to the PayPal, you're going to see the opportunity to just create your profile for the changing room. That's what it's going to look like. So you would just fill out all your details, your first name, your last name, email address, and the username that you'd like to use for the membership site. It's also going to take you through to the payment gateway, and you just need to enter all your details and that will all be done. Easy, but I've got more, okay? I just wanted to celebrate tonight, okay? Because this is like me launching this completely online and I'm super excited. So I'm going to give some extra bonus value for the first 10 people who actually sign up to the changing room. So if you are one of the first 10, you are also going to get a bonus one-to-one business strategy call with me. That's you and me. It's not a group thing, okay? So you're actually going to be on the phone with me. You're going to get to go through your business stuff with me, and I'm going to give you my feedback on what's going on, okay? I have consulted this year into multi-million-dollar businesses, and I'm going to do that, the exact same stuff that I did in those businesses, I'm going to do for your business, okay? So that is for the first 10 people who want to actually jump on board for the changing room. You get that. Plus you're going to get a personalized website review from me, so I'm going to tell you all the stuff that we need to change. That sounds pretty scary, but it's a good thing because we want to have it converting. That couture converting system needs to be applied to your website. We're also going to throw in a live bonus training call that's going to be exclusive for the changing room clients. It's going to be early next year to kick you off to 2015 with a big bang. Okay, and that is going to be a kick-ass training session. You do not want to miss that. I'm keeping it under wraps what I've got in plan for that one, but it's super cool and you need to be on that training call. So let's just go over it again. You've got 3 levels. You've got the one payment only. You can see there the horticulture payment. That's just one payment. So when you click through, you'll see on the sales page, if you head down towards the bottom of the page, it gives you the 3 options. You've also got the Lux option, which is the 2 payment plan. When you head over to www.bit.ly/the changing room online, then you also have the 3 payment plan option, which is the gold option, and that's 3 payments of $390 paid monthly. When you head over there, you can also snap up the gold option. It doesn't matter what level you get. If you're one of the first 10, I don't really care. You are going to get that bonus pack that I told you about, so you need to get in there really fast. It is for the first 10 only. So basically, this is a recording. I don't know whether they're still available, but click through and send me an email and I see what I can do for you. Just remember, this is incredible value, okay? I just want to put this in perspective. My clients can pay me at the moment up to 10 grand a year to help me grow their business. You're getting access to my signature training and the training that I use with them to support your growth, all for the low cost of $990. Okay, that's it, $990, and that's it, and it's yours forever. You also want to be quick because then you can secure the bonuses and have some time with me as well. Let's just go through it again. You're going to get 9 modules packed with all my secrets, lifetime access to the alumni. You're going to get bonus worksheet packs, hot resources, that's all templates and scripts. You're going to have sales scripts and templates for you in terms of your planning, so you can employ that Sassy CEO plan, your private Facebook group so you can get help and support whenever you need it, day or night, and also that top secret gift that's going to be delivered. Actually, it's straight to you. That's not like a download, that's actually a physical gift that I'm sending to you. This is risk-free, okay? You've got nothing to lose. Just click away, because if you tell me within 7 days of finishing the training, so you've got to do the training, but within 7 days of finishing the training, if you can show me the work that you've done and you still don't think that you've gotten anywhere with this, I'll just refund your money. No, that's fine. So I'm taking the risk away from you. Just the point is, you just need to basically get started. Think about where you can be in 12 months. Just want to give you a little bit of a snapshot of some of the work that's been happening in the changing room over the last 6 to 12 months. This is, org charts being built. I've got people who are like doing amazing vision boards of what they're good at and things they love to do to come up with their sweet spot. It's just amazing work. They're becoming online rock stars. Look at these sexy websites that are happening. It's just really, really beautiful. This is Hope, one of my amazing clients from Nanny She Can Do, and she's soon launching her program, Hope for Nannies, which is helping nannies take better control of their career, and she has done incredibly well. She's a Changing Room alumni as well. She's going to be in the group, so you can ask Hope lots of questions. Okay, and you can see she says that it actually helped her transition from overwhelmed, lofty dreamer to a strategic businesswoman. That is my goal for you. Okay, this is an investment in your future, and I love that. So I want you to invest in your future. I've got lots of great testimonials. I love helping my clients, and I'm super excited to help you and get you all in the Facebook group so we can start helping you with your business. This is the easiest way to get started working with me and start getting started with my trainings and the way that I teach business. So, this is kind of the entry point. So you want to get in there and snap up your bonuses. Basically, to sum up though, by doing this, you're going to get to go pro a lot faster than if you try and do this on your own. You're going to have the support, okay, because there's a lot of times when shit gets hard, that's not going to lie. So at least you've got the support of all the girls in the changing room plus me. This is a unique program. Remember, there's no other programs. This is a program to actually help you not only deal with actually trying to build that business, but also deal with what's currently happening in your life right now, because I'd say for most of you, you are not yet full-time in your business. You're still trying to juggle that daytime gig that pays your bills, and I want you to be able to get rid of that as fast as possible. So you actually need a program that is specifically tailored to help you deal with the unique problems that are posed when you're trying to juggle both worlds. There's no risk. I'm taking away the risk from you, remember? Money back guarantee if you're not happy, plus the support and the community of the amazing women. If you've got any questions at all, I love questions, please feel free to email me, pb@paulabailey.com.au. I would love to hear from you. Feedback, questions, whatever you've got to say, just send it through to me. I'd love to hear from you. Just remember, there was only 10 available when I launched this program for the bonuses. Either way, this is incredible value, so head over to www.bit.ly/the changing room online, and I will see you inside the changing room very soon. Thanks.